letting his daughter use them for a storage area. Unless he can buy the driftwood, he doesn't want to have anything to do with the buildings around it. He's going to sit on them until the driftwood becomes available, and he wants to buy that and do something over there with the whole block. So that's where that is. I agree with Vin, with the town planner. I'd love to get the town planner back, but unfortunately when we had the big budget cuts a couple years ago, there was a position that we couldn't sustain. Thankfully, we were able to help with Jay get another job up at Preppa, and he's gainfully employed. We didn't have to lay him off.
We've received a lot of questions about taxes again, and Mr. Sabino, I believe that this is for you, beginning with you. Lauren Santos, Larry Roulette, Bruce Farmer have approached this subject from various angles, and I'll try to put this together into some form. But how can you, as First Selectman, really stabilize the tax rate? And if need be, what services would you recommend cutting if cuts need to be made to the budget?
Well, the formula for your taxes is your grand list and times your mill rate. So we're looking at the wrong end of it. It's not a matter of, oh, we have to cut services. We need to build our grand list. We need to increase the corporate portion of our tax collection. And the way to do that is to, once and for all, come up with a town plan of development at the guidance of a planner, and let's build up the commercial part of this town. Too much burden is on residents, and no, you can't say, well, either you're going to pay high taxes or we're going to take away, your crossing guards or your lifeguards. No, you build up the corporate part of the business portion of your taxes, and that will give you more revenue so that you, at the same time, reduce the tax burden on the residents while giving you more money in which to do the things that the town requires to move forward.
Okay, generating revenues and building the grand list, it's a great idea. I wish it was simple as that. I will let you know that one mil in a tax increase or decrease is worth $1.5 million in either increase in revenue, not grand list, revenue, or a decrease in expenditures, or a combination of both. So it's not that simple. You can't arbitrarily set a mill rate. Our grand list did drop by 10% this year. That was as a result of a property reevaluation. If you remember, in 2005, our grand list grew by 70%. It went from just under $1 billion to $1.6 billion, okay? This year we had a drop back of about $170 million. As, if you want to equate it to the stock market corrected itself in 2008, 2009. The town of Clinton's property values, as did many towns in the area that went through reval, corrected themselves. Some people did not see a decrease. Good for you, you're lucky, you have a good investment there. Because when we got our revaluation, my wife said to me, God, our house isn't worth anything anymore. All right, so those of you who didn't see a decrease, you have a good investment sitting underneath you, be happy. For the rest of us, well, we're going to try to figure out how we're going to build equity back in our properties again. But the grand list dropping was a result of a reval. We've had steady growth in the grand list every year since 2005. This was a correction. And the mill rate, again, is a derivative of expenditures, revenues, and grand list. And grand list is based on property values, where our property values here, if you want to compare it to Saybrook, the average property value in the town of Clinton is worth $250,000. In Saybrook, it's $395,000. So you're not comparing apples to apples, it's more like apples to oranges.
Well, I would have to question why the same property would be worth so much more in Saybrook, and my belief would be because they have more to offer. They have a more fiscally sound situation going on in Saybrook. Their mill rate is lower, people are enthusiastic, they are filling empty buildings left and right. You see a business leave and 3 months later there's a new business in there. This is what we need. We need to revitalize our Economic Development Commission. We have a commission that has individuals on it that are committed and truly want to work towards bringing business to town, but they need to meet more regularly. They need to be funded so that they can provide outreach from the town of Clinton. We need to embolden and finance our Economic Development Commission and get them to work filling these buildings, bringing businesses in here. We can't sit and wait for people to come here. We have to go out and find them. We have structures, we have warehouses, we have buildings. We need to get up and on our feet and go find and cultivate these businesses. They're out there. Old Saybrook is full of new businesses, just raring to go every day of the week. And that is my goal, is to revitalize our Economic Development Commission, get them in touch with zoning and planning, have a joint session of these groups so that we can work towards a fitting and cohesive and strong base that we can spread our tax burden around on. Thank you.
Okay, this is an interesting question from Aaron Foster about how you can make Clinton a green community. What are you willing to do to make Clinton a green community? And I want to bundle this question in with the issue about the transfer station. And this is from Phil Single as well. Are you willing to improve the services and times of the transfer station? This is for Will.
Okay, we can start on the green right away. I see Patsy Kumakawa sitting out there. With Patsy's help and the biofuel committee, we've initiated some biofuel activities in the town of Clinton, working collaboratively with the Board of Education, Public Works, the bus company, and the town. We are running buses on biodiesel. I believe the library is running on biofuel at this point. If we were running on oil here, we'd be using biodiesel in the town hall. But gas is a lot cheaper and more efficient, so we're using gas. I'm sorry, Patsy. But also, we have every one of our town buildings has been upgraded with high efficiency lighting as a result of grants from the Clean Energy Fund. We had audits done, we've had our lighting upgraded, town buildings, school buildings. One of the neat things is when you go into a gymnasium at one of the schools, the lights pop on because they're motion sensitive now and they're high efficiency bulbs, etc. We're saving money in that regard. Recycling in the transfer station. We've significantly reduced our tonnage of garbage by encouraging and sometimes enforcing recycling at the transfer station. And by the way, we get a credit for every ton of recycled materials we send to CRA. We get money back, okay? So we're paying less for garbage and we're getting more back for our recycling. We have recycling bins in all the town buildings now. We have recycling at the schools, we have recycling at the fields. So we've done a lot in the last several years, and we've gotten grants for solar, which we weren't able to use because of the high school project, but those are still available funds for us in the future. As far as the transfer station hours, we're looking at when it gets busy in the spring to hopefully open up one more day a week, maybe not a full day, but a half a day during the middle of the week as we get to our busy season.
Okay, well, I kind of think one of the first things I'd do would be to take that $460,000 solar energy grant and put it to use. The way we stand right now, if we were to decide this evening to do the New Morgan, it's still 6-7 years down the road. I don't know how long the town has been sitting on this $460,000 grant, but what is the point of sitting on it when it could be used and implemented and reducing the liability, the energy liability that we have at Morgan right now today? Why are we not implementing that? I just don't understand. And that would be part of a green initiative right there. As far as greening the rest of the town, I'd have to give that some thought. Frankly, I don't have an answer for that right now. That would take some consideration. I know that last year Willie had I'm not sure whether it was CLMP or a different power company came and made all the light bulbs in all the town buildings more energy efficient and various things like that, and the biodiesel. So I would have to examine where we are and what would be the best thing going forward, because to be perfectly honest, I don't have that information at my disposal right now. As far as the transfer station goes, we were up there last Saturday morning doing our campaigning thing, and every person up there said that they want that transfer station open at least on Monday. Most of them like Saturday, but they don't like living from Saturday to Friday with their weekend garbage. I thoroughly intend to have the transfer station open on Monday. Whether that means closing it on Friday and shifting those days to Monday, I don't know. We'll determine that. But if it's what people want, if they want to be able to get rid of their garbage on Monday, we can do that.
I think the town has taken a lot of steps to get greener, and I applaud all of them. With regard to the $460,000 solar panel grant that we got, I'm a little disappointed that it's not being utilized already, because we keep hearing how much the high school is costing to maintain, how much the fuel costs are, and I know that on the one hand the argument is, well, if we're going to build a new high school, then we're wasting the solar panels on, we're going to use that money towards the solar panels on the new building. Well, in the meantime, it's costing you every day when you already have this money. So I would like to put the matter of the new high school to a vote immediately. I think that the town needs to vote on it first. We're putting the cart before the horse right now. We're out there getting drawings, we want to do soil tests on some piece of property that nobody knows anything about, and we don't even know where this new building is supposed to go. Let's put that to a vote. Let's let the community decide, and then we need to support whatever that decision is. And then let's take this $460,000 as a very sizable grant, and it will save us energy expenses. So why don't we do that?